First off, I'd like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to those elders and apostles out there from Great Millstone who teach and rule well. A lot of respect to you brothers out there on the highways and byways preaching this truth around the four corners of the earth. And salutations to the hopeful elect that you guys may be sealed soon. And with that, this is your brother Dewadba from the branch of GMS here in Chicago. Coming right back at you with a little lesson. And as you see on my phone screen here, I got MSNBC. Salakia. And the title of the video is Chaos Grips Markets as Trump's $6,400,000,000,000 mistake sinks economy despite 47's retreat. Now, I wasn't planning on listening to this. I was listening to something else and it just happened to click onto this video. And it was something that the reporter said, man, and it made me laugh a little bit, and I'm quite sure maybe you brothers might get a little bit of a laugh out here of it too. But he quoted a rapper and talking about the cabinet that was sitting up here praising Trump, and possibly Trump himself. But with that, man, I'm going to sit up here and let y'all listen to maybe about a minute and 25 seconds. And I'm going to grab a few scriptures. And that just lets you know the times we in, man. We through. This place is, this place is through. This place is through. This place is over. The Egyptian against Egyptian, this place is over, man. So with that, man, I'm going to sit up here and let this play. And I'm going to grab a few scriptures.
What you're doing now, I think, is a great service to our country, but ultimately to the world. And I want to congratulate you and your team that's working on that because it has extraordinary geopolitical implications.
Mr. President, on behalf of America's manufacturers, I want to thank you for standing up to the Chinese Communist Party and fighting for our main streets, for our workers.
What you have assembled in your vision is a turning point and an inflection point in American history. And so just being a part of that is the greatest honor. So thank you for that.
It is really striking, and the point is not whether this feels embarrassing or obviously false or the tone. The point is this is part of the feedback loop which is affecting Americans because of broken and incompetent policy in the United States government, in the White House. You can go back to Scarface, or as the great Biggie Smalls put it in the 10 Crack Commandments, never get high on your own supply. And the president is basically veering and zigzagging back and forth to meetings like that where he thinks, hey, we got this under control, and then much more painful measures like the stock and bond markets telling him, no, everyone is panicked for a horribly mistaken policy. Here's some reporting that Trump privately acknowledged his trade policy could trigger a recession, but he wanted to avoid a depression. So with that in mind, you have this extreme praise also coming from lawmakers who are supposed to know better.
So you heard him quote Biggie Smalls, and of all the things, the 10 Crack Commandments, man, never get high off your own supply. He's talking about Trump, pretty much on his kick. But then them cabinet members, man, these guys are just really, they sit up here praising this dude, not understanding that he's crashing and destroying the economy, and quite a few of them know too. But you know what? Hey, it is what it is, man. And we can't wait. But then you got this guy right here, man. These reporters, man, a lot of them right now are just coming out blasting this dude, man. That Egyptian against Egyptian. But with that, man, I'm going to sit up here and grab a few scriptures. And the first scripture I want to sit up here and grab was because this just explaining his cabinet members. This is Ecclesiasticus 10:1. A wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. So a wise judge would be instruct his people with a prudent man, wise. And pretty much a man who's who's obeying the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man, is going to well instruct his people. These damn devils ain't good, man. They destroying and they fuck each other over. But here's the point. This Ecclesiastes 10:2. As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are they that dwell therein. And these are his officers. Those was his cabinet members. And they sit up here giving them all the praise, patting them on the back, pretty much kissing his ass, and that's what that's what they doing. These are his officers, and you got a lot of people that sit up here following Trump, not understanding that, and they totally agreeing with him. I look at some of the videos of some of these people, and they sit up here saying, well, Trump is doing what he got to do. You're gonna have some pain before the great thing. No, the pain is coming, and it's gonna continuously come. This thing with China, man, is gonna rev up, man. Point blank, period. It's at 145%. in tariffs. And that was the last I looked. And that was earlier today. You know, it's about to get real iffy out here, real bad. You know, but this is Ecclesiastes 10:3. An unwise king destroyed his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. So an unwise king destroyed his people. And we all, hey, look, Trump is a puppet to these elites, man. But they know what they're doing. They want to destroy the economy so they can bring in that order out of chaos, you know. But they're going to use Trump to do it. Well, we pray that they use Trump to do it. And it seems like he's doing a great job of it right now. And I pray he continue to keep on doing what you're doing. But it also showing you that Egyptian against Egyptian too. A lot of these people sitting up here seeing that their place is crumbling and falling apart. You know, and they getting pissed. And I just find it funny that this dude quoted Tupac. You know. Matter of fact, I wasn't going to get that, but you know I'm going to get this first. And then I'm going to go to this is Ecclesiasticus 14:5. He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? He shall not take pleasure in his goods. And that's it. And that's what, he that is evil to himself. These elites, man, they sit up here fucking their own people, man. He ain't going to take pleasure in his good. These motherfuckers think that once they bring in the chaos, and once they bring down the economy, and once they do all the things that they do, they think they're going to sit up here and get pleasure out of it. They think they're going to sit up here and live lavishly. They sit up here and think that their house is going to continue on, not knowing that they're going to be fucking destroyed. You know? The Lord is going to punch them dead in their belly. And they're going to vomit up all them riches, all them goodies. You know? But he's evil to himself. These elites are greedy, man. They ain't trying to share it with nobody. You know? And guess what? That's bringing that division. And because these Edomites, these lower level Edomites are seeing it like, damn, man. You know, you getting richer and richer, and they cut off they cutting off the welfare, they cutting off the Medicaid. These motherfuckers losing their mind, you know. And I can't wait. What it says, we're gonna laugh. I can't wait. But let me sit up here and go to that. I'm gonna go to Matthew first. Now I'm gonna go to Matthew chapter 12. You know, because hey, if Satan against Satan, hey, you know what? Hey, if Satan against Satan, how's it's going to stand? But this is Matthew 12:25, and Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, and Yahushua knew what these Pharisees, you know, these wicked ass Pharisees was thinking back then, man. He said, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. And that's the main thing I want to get right there, you know. And like I said, everything that was written for time was written for our learning. So, hey, how much more when this is talking about our people back then, how much more is it talking about Esau, Edom? You know, Esau, Edom division, and it's divided, badly, and these motherfuckers they ready to get busy. In Matthew 12:26, and if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? Hey, this kingdom is about to be over with, man. You're about to get that civil war, Jacob's trouble, have and have nots. You're about to get a lot of damage, a lot of chaos coming in the economy. You know, like I said before, if he keep going this way with China, and China, what 90% of the stuff we get, or 80%? You know, I'm just quoting a number. I know we get a lot of stuff from China, man. A lot of shit in America is made in China. A great deal of it. And I'm quite sure it's over 60%. Easily. You know. But either way it goes, man, hey, look. Them tariffs, the cost. You see the eggs. You see gas going up. Gas done creeped up the last about 20, 25 cents in the last couple of days. You know. So, man, things could get real. Things could get real out here real quick. You know, and with that, man, let me sit up here and just go to Isaiah 19. You know, and I just ended there. This is Isaiah 19:1. The burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. And it's going to be when Yahweh shall break them clouds with them chariots, you know. And what's going to sit up here and melt, and what's going to sit up here and move and melt these and melt this place is going to be the nuclear missiles and that chariot fire, man. Them nuclear missiles going to cause so much damage when it explodes that it's going to shake the earth and shake this, and it's going to shake the fuck out of America, aka Babylon the Great. But here's the point: it's Isaiah 19:2, and I will set Egyptian against Egyptian, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom, and that's what's about to happen, man. You know, that's what's about to happen. These motherfuckers about to start going at each other's throat. And this dude quoting Biggie Smalls, and he quoting the 10 crack commandments. What the hell? You know a motherfucking place through when you got a motherfucking reporter quoting some crazy ass shit. You know? You know, and I'm going to read the third part. And it says, the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards. You know, hey, the counsel is getting destroyed, man. They sitting up here praising this fool, not understanding he's destroying everything. Or, like I said before, a lot of them might understand, you know, going along with it. You know, then you got women in there, oh, Mr. Trump, you know, just kissing all up on them. Silliness, you know. But either way it go, man, I found it to be kind of funny. But with that, I'd like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to those elders and apostles out there from Great Millstone who teach and rule well. A lot of respect to you brothers out there on the highways and byways preaching this truth around the four corners of the earth. And salutations to the hopeful that you guys may be sealed soon. And with that, I always say stay prayed up, brothers. Pray for each other because we're almost up out of here. So with that, I'd like to say Kwam Yasharella and Abba Ball and Anya Habatham Akia. Shalom.